The government of South Sudan is holding an emergency cabinet meeting hours after it announced that long-delayed national elections will be postponed by 2 years. This is very, very bad. This country is already going through a whole lot. This is the last thing that the people of this country need. There have been ongoing wars there since April last year. Their people are running for safety in two various countries. Chad, name them. Some of them, the conditions they are even living in some of these countries they run to in search of safety is unimaginable, is inhuman. And to make matters worse, at this point in time, these elections has been delayed for so long and they are delaying it for another 2 years. This does not spell good for South Sudan. The current leader there, I don't know what he is imagining. This goes out to show that he is unpatriotic. Because at this point in time, his people's needs, his country's need is supposed to be set above his own personal need. But this is to show you that it's just about power. Because there's a saying that says that absolute power corrupts absolutely. It means it is just about his ego. It is just about his prestige. It is just about affluence and his pockets and his cabinets. They don't really care about their people. They don't really care about the sufferings of their people. The polls were to take place this December. A 2018 peace deal that ended a civil war that allowed President Salva Kiir to remain in charge of a transitional government with his former foe, Ricky Machar, serving as his deputy. South Sudan, the world's youngest country, has not held national elections since independence in 2011. So that is 13 years now. For 13 years now, they have not held election. And for 13 years now, after they signed a peace, 7 years later, after they got their independence in 2011, that country was so devastated, a whole lot was going on. In 2018, they ended their civil war and signed a peace deal for the president then to remain in power with his former foe to remain as deputy in a transitional government. So even 6 years later of running this transitional government, you can see the situation of that country. They still go ahead to cancel the election. This is the height of wickedness. This is the height of it all. Why do they, if not for their wickedness, their evil, the evil they have in their mind, their greed, why can't they conduct this election? Make sure that these elections are free and fair. Do whatsoever it takes to hand over to whoever that sincerely win this election, so that this country will then start on the path of healing, on the path of rebuilding, on the path of transforming their country, that their citizens that are in countries where they are suffering will now hit their futures back and go back to their various countries and contribute their own little in any of their own little way to rebuild their country. But this is to show that these current two leaders don't have any intention of conducting any election in nearby future. They are indirectly turning themselves to dictator. Because since 2011 they got independence and they will launch into civil war. 2018 they signed a peace deal. So 6 years later they cannot still conduct free election. So what does it tell you? It tells you that these two leaders are gradually turning themselves into dictator to the detriment of their land and their people.